And hello my fellow vault dwellers, welcome to another Fallout 76 farming video. In today's video I'm going to show you one of my favorite locations for farming springs and screws. Now this is a commonly known spot, so it does get picked fairly heavily, but if you can find it on a server where it has not been picked and you are not locked out of it because of the changes they've made to server hopping and looting, you will find that this one will set you up with materials for days. And what you want is Sugar Grove, which is in the eastern edge of the map, and here's Fallout 76 to the northwest. It's part of the trifecta that I like to call for springs and screws. I usually hit Isolated Radio Array and Radio Astronomy Research Center. You've probably seen my other two videos for those already. Sugar Grove took me a little longer because it gets picked so heavily. Now, when you get here, they are very often very high-level robots in the 50s, so make sure that you have a build that can handle those. And when you come in, just like with all of our other videos, there's a bunch of stuff that we're going to be looking for specifically that will have materials we want, but you're also going to be looking for other things as well in the random containers. So we're going to be picking up office desk fans, battered clipboards for springs, and we're not even in the best part of this area yet. We're just on the outside still. But while you're out here, why wouldn't you pick up the extra springs and screws? You know what I mean? So we're going to do a full clear, outside to inside. Then I'll scrap everything out, and you can see with your own two eyes exactly how much I've gotten from a single run, how long it took, what kind of enemies there are, just to kind of give you guys a complete, informed decision for where you want to farm. So as you can see, we're already making pretty good time. We're already getting pretty decent loot. We've already gotten a decent amount of screws. We've gotten a couple of springs. Nothing to write home about just yet, but it's a good start. Alright, and now we're going to head inside. Now, if this door is not unlocked, make sure you use the terminal next to the door. You don't have to hack it. You just have to go onto the terminal and tell it to unlock the door, and then you can come inside. Nothing special about it. Now, when we get inside, we're going to be looking for the same things we usually do, but first we're going to clear this room, because these guys can hit pretty hard, even for my unarmed build, which is designed around not really needing to wear much. While we're in this room, there's usually a couple enemies in the main room and then one enemy in this room, so I'll go ahead and clear out all the goodies in here first. Cross the hall to the other side and do the same over here. Again, we're picking up anything with screws and springs. And we are having a pretty good haul so far. We're not even down to the best parts yet, folks, so this is just a great bonus, a nice quick bonus for extra loot. Now when you're checking these desks, make sure you're checking not just the top, but you're also checking the little cubby holes underneath. A lot of times you'll find extra stuff in there as well. So you always want to be on the lookout. You want to be keeping your eyes open and be a little diligent in where you're looking for things. Alright, another battered clipboard, more fans. Now if you need lead, you can pick up the pencils as well. I have many other videos on way more efficient farms for lead and steel. But, you know, if you want to maximize because you're using a lot of it, you can always grab it here as well. Alright. Apparently there is a laser turret glitched into the floor right there, which was weird, but I'll kill it. Apparently there's a second one on the other side somewhere, and it's shooting at me. I will go kill that momentarily. Another machine gun turret. So now that that's dead, let's go back to what we were doing. Not getting shot in the face. Alright, so another spring, or another clipboard, Okay, that's all done. Now, when you see these portable fuel tanks, you want the big one, or you want the big ones, the ones that have the tops on them, the screw-on tops, because they actually have screws in them. A lot of people don't realize that, but those ones do. The Mr. Handy fuel tanks do not, however. So don't pick up Mr. Handy fuel tanks unless you need the oil. The other ones do pick up for springs. I'm sorry, screws. So we're going to go ahead and keep gathering what we need. Still checking all the random loot boxes because, hey, we picked up quite a few extra stuff out of them so far. Why not, right? Alright. Another clipboard. We're still gathering. And we still haven't even hit the good spot yet, folks. We're still just looting the normal areas that have decent amounts of stuff. Alright, so we're almost done up here, and then we'll head downstairs and get to the good stuff. Alright, so upstairs is done. Now we're going to head down. Now when you come down here, I usually come over to this side. There is usually a robot in here. It can be a legendary. This is part of a legendary farming route that people like to do by server hopping. So you will often find that there's a robot in there, sometimes legend, sometimes not. Again, we're still checking everywhere. Just want to make sure that we hit every random loot container we can, because we're already down here loaded. Why not? You can get lucky with a lot of extra stuff that way. You can also get a lot of technical data down here, which you can turn in one at a time and get plans that way as well. Alright, more clipboard, more clipboard. There's a fan right here you can grab as well. Now, in this next room, there's 2 turrets. I usually just run right past this area and don't bother with it. I also don't normally bother with this area, and I'll show you why. Oh, I'm sorry, this isn't the one I was thinking of. So come up here. Yes. I was thinking of another side area that I don't go to. It's like a server room, but I'll show you that in a minute. Now, when you come down here, you're going to find usually the boss of this area, the crown enemy. It will sometimes be a Robo-Brain. It will sometimes be... ooh, he had springs on him that time. It will sometimes be an Assaultron. If it's the Assaultron and you're having a hard time with it, you can run it back up to this door up here. There is an invisible wall right here that the robots will not cross. So if you're having a hard time with enemies in melee range, you can bring them to that door. They won't cross that pathway, that threshold, and then you can just keep wailing on them from around the corner. Now, this is the room that I do not normally do, and the reason why is because there just isn't much loot. As you can see, it's basically just one big server room. You can do it if you want to, but I have never seen enough stuff in here to justify searching through all the little nooks and crannies. This is the good room. This is the room that everyone likes, and because there's a lot of loot, especially if you are coming here for plastic springs. There are some screws. Alright, we checked this up here. Just checking the lockers to make sure, because there's random loot. There's more springs here. More random loot. As you can see, there was more technical data there, which if you're farming technical data, this is a great place for it. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and hit every individual location, one floor or one level at a time. We're still grabbing more military grade duct tape. I'll take that. We're still grabbing every bit of screws and springs we can get. As you can see, there's lots of them in here. More there. Alright, we checked this little side alcove. The hot plate has screws, worth grabbing. Okay, we come down here and do the same thing. We're still checking for more of the loot that we're looking for. More battered clipboards. Another clipboard. Always check the toolboxes when you walk by them, because very often they'll have things that you need, including plans. Now this is the spot that everybody likes, and this is what this area is best known for. All across the top are all those cigarettes, that's all plastic. All those clipboards, that's all springs. All those pencils, that's all lead. And I've covered this in other videos that I've done when I was farming for plastic. But as you can see, we're here for this. There's also vodka on the bottom if you're doing a build that needs lots of alcohol. Certain medic builds in particular. So we're still grabbing more. Just unloading. As you can see, this is like spring heaven. Go ahead and grab those. We are almost done. Battered clipboard on top of each of these. Okay. Now we come down to the front here. You got your green loot box, which sometimes has stuff, and then that's it for in here. Now the last place that I always check, and there is a scrap bench down here, so we'll be able to see exactly how much we got here shortly, is right in here. Usually there are a couple of high-level enemies, so just be aware. We'll take them out real quick. Alright, the Mr. Gutsies are dead. We'll sweep this room real quick for additional loot. Alright, there's a globe up top. Screwdriver box, or a toolbox. Alright, nothing in the random boxes here. Alright, and this run is complete. Now, let's go ahead and scrap out and see what we got. So on this run alone, we got 51 springs, so really good for springs. We still got 17 screws, which is better than average for most locations. So this is still a great screw location, but it's a fantastic spring location. So, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That does help me, and make sure that I will keep putting out videos showing you guys all the best farm spots. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm putting out 2 new videos every single day at 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you've got questions, concerns, comments, or suggestions for future content that you'd like to see, just leave that in the comments down below. I do read and respond to everything, and your voice matters. It will help direct where the channel goes and what we do to show you guys in Fallout 76. Thanks for watching, and have a great day, guys.